Hello, everyone. Thank you, Lena, and the subscribers. Hold on, I do need to put the HUD. How are you all doing? I'm not feeling great. I'm a little optimistic. I feel like I'm slightly better than I was yesterday. I was pretty bad yesterday. I'm just trying to keep it that way. Um, so can't be too long here. I'm honestly not sure what it is. It doesn't. I mean, I guess it. I don't know. It mostly just feels like a sore throat, but like with general feeling shittiness, you know? But things are getting interesting. They're getting interesting. I'm gonna wait just a little bit before I get deep into it here. Figures the day, like I had the stream running all day on Friday, and I got sick. Was that Jesus? I don't even remember now. Yeah, Friday. Um, and nothing happened. And now things are happening. This would have been a great. I guess I would have been playing Goose Goose normally. Um, I like this hoodie, but the neck is too small. I feel like it chokes me, which makes me not like this hoodie. Thank you, Days. Cloudy, thank you. Texas, welcome. Amen. The hoodie is necessary. Kirkland signatures from Costco. The hoodie's necessary because it keeps my head from feeling cold air, which makes me feel cold air makes me feel bad. I've been watching a lot of Olympics. Well, the feeds have been boring. It's been fun. It makes me super excited to watch climbing tomorrow. Twinkle, welcome to the robot army. I saw the 100-meter today. It was pretty wild. I really liked the high jump today as well. Thought that was great. I just can't get into gymnastics. I don't know what it is. It's just too confusing. We'll get into Big Brother soon. I just want to make sure everyone has a chance to mosey on in. Yeah, everyone loves gymnastics, but I just can't get into it. So climbing starts tomorrow. I think it'll start with men's bouldering. should be. I'm like, what's made me excited about it is that like I know all of these climbers, or I've like watched them a lot, and so like seeing all the other Olympics things makes me more excited to see these climbers that I really like in this context, in this environment. Just like it's just so cool that they get to be here and they'll have like a little intro and stuff like that. All right. We should talk about what's going on. Samantha, thank you for the 11th. So, as we all know, um, Quinn's power has been leaking. Angela told Tucker. He didn't believe her. Jules, thank you. Tucker went to chemo with it. Chemo confirmed it. Turns out chemo has a crush on Tucker. They didn't like talk or do anything after. Like I don't think they've had like a single conversation after that. Tucker, in the meantime, has been spreading this. He told Joseph first, then he told Cam. Cam told Cedric. Tucker went on the block. I think I can put this up. Why does it always do that? It's the wrong one. I don't want the editing window. I want the presenting window. There it is. So as you can see, Tucker was on the block. Which, welcome to the Robot Army. He won the veto. He got it in his head that Mackenzie should have to use her power. So we wanted Mackenzie up. But then he thought, what if I do one even better? What if we put Quinn up on the block? So he planned to pitch that. In the meantime, Cedric has been baiting Quinn to see if he will admit to having the power. He did not admit to it. Still lying to Cedric. Cedric is not happy. So he's a bit primed. What was funny is that earlier today, Kenny approached Quinn with a proposition to join the Shaker Boys or whatever they call themselves. Only to find out from Tucker that he has a different plan in mind. So Tucker goes to the HOH. Kenny's there. Eventually, Cam is there. He dumps all the info on the power. And he says, we should target Quinn. You should put Quinn up on the block. Now, you might think, oh, this is risky. Things could go bad. Things could go poorly. Well, don't worry. Tucker's got you covered because he's not going to use the veto on himself. He's going to use the veto on Angela. So that it's him, Kenny, and Quinn on the block. Now, ostensibly, the reason for this is that so that he can, well, so that Angela's not competing in the AI arena, basically. Because if Angela's competing in the AI arena, Quinn would have a better chance of winning. So what he wants to do is ideally throw the AI arena competition to Kenny so that he can be up on the block against Quinn, so that he can use his 2 minutes of campaigning to out Quinn's power and have everyone vote him out. That was Tucker's original plan. Now it has been refined a little bit. Kenny was saying, I'm fine with you winning the AI arena competition. So he may end up winning the AI arena competition. Additionally, they have come to the conclusion that it would be much smarter to start the campaign a bit earlier than the night of. But Tucker still plans to use the veto on Angela. Now, Cedric was pretty reluctant for very good reason, right? We'll go over all of the good reasons why he probably shouldn't do this. But he is faced with just the relentless onslaught of Tucker's enthusiasm and Kenny backing him up at every corner. And it's just, again, like what we are seeing in this house, which is that nobody wants to do anything. So the few people that are doing things are just calling the shots. And Tucker is one of those people. So Tucker just keeps pushing. And eventually Cedric is like, yeah, I mean, I guess. Because, like, literally, Cedric will, like, bring up a counterpoint, and Tucker will be like, yeah, but whatever. And Cedric will be like, yeah, good point. So after they leave, Cedric says to the cameras, like, what do I do? I mean, I guess, I mean, they're going to be so mad at me if I don't do this now. So I guess I have to do it. And he's like, I mean, I think Quinn's going to out the Pentagon, but, like, whatever. I guess we'll have to bring in another member to replace Quinn in the Pentagon. So Cedric is currently on this plan. He's going to do this. Again, I want to talk through all of the ramifications. But Quinn currently plans to do this. Or sorry, Cedric currently plans to do this. He did just talk to Brooklyn, and she was going hard on, hey, we need to be loyal. We have a great position. We shouldn't be ruining it. But he didn't tell her the plan. He hinted at it. He was like, hey, what if somebody's not loyal like Quinn? She's like, no, Quinn's loyal. So she was encouraging him to stay loyal, but she doesn't know that the plan is a possibility. He plans to blindside Quinn. They can't. I think in their minds they can't let Quinn know because then he could use the power in advance. So basically, he's not telling Brooklyn, so she can't actually argue against it. She can only kind of argue against it. I don't know if he plans to tell Chelsea. I imagine Chelsea will also talk him out of it or try to. But as of right now, it does seem like he's still pretty much on board for this. Holler, welcome. But let's just quickly run through what this actually looks like, because if he were to actually do this, Tucker uses the veto on Angela. Quinn goes up as the replacement. Their plan is to out that Quinn has the power and out that he's in a bunch of alliances. Tucker is fine to out the Andersons alliance, so on and so forth. Tucker thinks that he can definitely get the votes to send Quinn out. That may or may not be true, just straight up, right? Assuming that Quinn, let me actually pull this back up. Assuming that Quinn goes on the block and he's up against, say, Kenny. without any kind of like shifting, Quinn would definitely have Brooklyn. He should probably have Chelsea. He definitely has Chemo. He should have Leah. I mean, with Leah might even come Mackenzie. He's going to try to make a deal with Mackenzie. But let's just count the locked votes. I think Brooklyn definitely wants Kenny gone. Would be a vote for Quinn. Chemo's definitely a vote for Quinn. I think Leah's still a vote for Quinn. Rubina would be a vote for Quinn. T-Core would be a vote for Quinn. That's 5. He needs there's 14 players. He needs 6. So he needs one more. It could come from Mackenzie, Joseph, Chelsea, a number of people, right? Now, that's not accounting for like the momentum shift. Where like, yeah, maybe Rubina shifts over because she's learned that Quinn is in a bunch of alliances. Maybe Brooklyn and Chelsea and Joseph all jump aboard because, you know, there's momentum in that direction. Maybe Leah and Mackenzie are jumping aboard because of those reasons as well. There's definitely a possibility that they could get the numbers, but it's definitely a lot closer than I think Tucker assumes. Because even if it's Quinn versus Tucker, there's still a decent amount of room to play there. That is a little bit tricky. Grace, thank you for the 8th. Now, the next thing you have to account for is Ayo, thank you for the 30th. Is that Quinn can use his power as a bargaining chip, as a campaign tactic. If it comes out, if this is part of the exposure that Quinn has this power, he can say to prospective voters, hey, if you keep me around, I'm the HOH next week. I will remember who voted to keep me and who did not vote to keep me. You will be safe from the HOH next week, guaranteed, if I stay. Like that's pretty powerful. And there's no reason to not believe him. He has some pretty distinct enemies. In now Cedric, Tucker, Kenny, Angela, plenty of people for him to go after. And those are people that, like, why wouldn't you want him to go after those people? Especially if Cedric just blindsided you with this move and tried to force your hand with a vote that you didn't want. Like, there's a lot of reason to kind of like do this. And then Quinn can remain a big target post his power being used. Like, there's a lot of reason to go along with this. Quinn remains a big target after the power is used, but you have a guaranteed shot moving forward. Like, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good argument. I would certainly listen to it if I was in the house. So there's that. Then, of course, even with all of that, you could just win the AI Arena comp. and then it's Tucker versus Kenny. It's Tucker versus Kenny, and Tucker will have just made a big play against Quinn. And even if they don't vote out Tucker there and then, which they might, Quinn is the HOH next week. And he's putting up Cedric, Tucker, and Angela, maybe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is very risky. It's very risky for a lot of reasons. For Tucker first and foremost, for Kenny, but he doesn't care, and way risky for Cedric. It basically tanks Cedric's whole game. Even if he succeeds, it might tank his whole game. But they might do it. And here's the thing. Things get exciting no matter what happens if they do this. Because there are so many outs for Quinn. if they do retaliate, now the house is at war. If they do land the shot on Quinn, that's exciting to begin with, and it still kind of declares war. There's maybe a small risk, maybe more than a small risk, that like if the comps stay physical, that this guy's alliance just starts to run the table. That would be kind of annoying. But you know, I think we just have to hope that comps don't get quite as bad as that. Um, but either way, I mean, taking this shot means drama for sure this week. Uh, and it will be very interesting to see how it plays out. So that's basically it. That's basically the situation. So the big question right now is, does the shot actually go through, or does Cedric realize this makes no sense for him? If he talks to anybody with game sense, aka Brooklyn or Chelsea, uh, about the plan as a whole, I do think that they will push back pretty hard because I think they will recognize that it doesn't make any sense. Um, does he listen to them? Does he even consult them? That's the question. Um, Now, what's particularly interesting to me is that there's a chance that if Cedric makes the correct move and doesn't do this, that Quinn could end up on the block anyway, because the other plan was putting MJ up, and MJ would then use her power. America would then vote for the nominee. And as of right now, I do think that Quinn is a front runner to be the one that gets put on the block. So that would be so much cleaner and easier. But we like listen, I don't want them to know that. It's so much better for us if he does it outright. Uh Kindred, thank you for the 10th. Quinn still does not know that other people know. Um so at this point, the odds of Quinn being on the block post veto, I think, are very high. Because either he gets straight up put on the block or America maybe puts him on the block. And either way, he might be on the block. Um and in some ways, America putting him on the block might be worse for him because actually, yeah, I think it would be wow. Hold on. Yeah, thinking about this. If America put him on the block, then he doesn't have the like, hey, I got betrayed by people, I'm going to go after them. It also means that like he still doesn't know that his power is exposed, so he's not going to be using it as a campaign tool, which means that they could run a campaign against him without him even knowing. Cam told Leah, hold on, I know he was just talking to her. I wasn't listening. Did he really? Oh, jeez. She was in the shower. I was like, no way are they talking serious game. He told her he saved her with Cedric. Okay. So did he say to Quinn? No, he said Cam told Leah Cedric's leaning towards Quinn. Hold on, let me see if I can rewind to there. I'm gonna listen to this. What is Cam doing? The whole point was that okay. Oh right, Psychog. I forgot that. That's even worse for Quinn because he won't know he's even on the block until right before. I don't think I would go home. Yeah, no, you're not, because you're not anything. Yeah, I didn't hear Quinn. I don't think he said Quinn. He said a name. I think he might have said MJ. So I don't think she knows. Um, yeah, I don't think she knows Quinn. I think he was just saying that just again saying that he was protecting her. Um, I saw earlier. So we can briefly talk about this. If Quinn gets put up by America, they won't know that he's up until right before eviction. If that happens, locked votes against him already are, theoretically, Cam, whoever it is between, whoever comes off the block between Kenny or Angela, Tucker. That's 3. They would still need 3 more. Can they get 3 more in a short amount of time by revealing his power and pitching hard last minute? I don't know. It's definitely possible. In the event that they put up MJ, Tucker would, I assume, take himself off the block, and then it would be Kenny and Angela. Either way, even if he took Angela off the block, if Quinn is on the block, 2 of those 3, who are all votes against Quinn, would be off the block. So that might be a better place for Quinn, but it might also be worse. It really depends. It depends on how good he is at actually campaigning. If he's a bad campaigner, that's a better situation for him. But if he's a good campaigner, he will want time. Because I think he can play up the, like, I've been betrayed, I'm the aggrieved party here pretty well if he gets blindsided and most of the house sees that he's blindsided. Plus, then he also has power to retaliate. But if he gets put up by America, he looks like a villain. And he then gets exposed for having a power. There's a lot of momentum to that. I really don't know where Joseph stands. I think Joseph ultimately goes with Tucker. I think he goes with Tucker last minute with not a lot of time. Griff, thank you. But if this plan happens without him and he knows Tucker was involved, he might be turned off. I'm not sure. Because if Joseph finds out that it's bros, like, yeah, I don't know. I think Joseph would not be a fan of this plan if he knows a lot about it. But if it's a last minute thing, I could definitely see. Twitter ran it back, and Cam did say to Leah it's Quinn. I might have been looking in the wrong place. Ben, thank you. Welcome to the Robot Army. I'll have to take a look at the clips. If he did, then that's interesting again, because the question is, does Leah go to Quinn about it? Not a lot of incentive for her to, since she has been informed that she is another option. MJ might be another option. Either way, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Oh yeah, live updaters just retracted that it was Quinn. Okay. So likely it wasn't. All right, I gotta rest. I gotta rest my voice. If you, by the way, if you want to avoid commercials, you can subscribe to the channel. You can watch ad free. Help support the channel as well. Not a requirement, but it does help. Avoid the ads. But that's what I got. I'm gonna be watching House of the Dragon in a little bit. I'm gonna be doing that podcast soon, so I should save my voice for it. You can also, of course, use an Amazon Prime account to link to Twitch and subscribe for free if you have that. But in the meantime, I'll be back tomorrow with an update, and I will see all of you later.